Okay, you guys, next video. I bought a vise on eBay. I think I might have mentioned Amazon. I bought it on eBay. About 50 bucks, free shipping. Pretty sure I purchased black, got blue anyway. Not dissatisfied with the blue. Numerous complications getting this in place. Things are just not as expected. Definitely a new project for me. Tried not to make it too long, hence so many little tiny segments. I try to give you the best explanation I could. Gonna be very, very practical in the long run. Maybe a little bit more work needed, but you'll get the idea by the time the video is over, right? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope your project comes out better than mine. Okay, you guys, it took a little bit to get here. I think I ordered this $50 vise off of Amazon. They had the best price. They even beat out eBay. This is a 4x4. There was a 2x4 here, but we took out that and we made this lip here. I'm going to pre-drill for this lag bolt to go into that 4x4 there. Same thing on the other side. And this is notched out right here on both sides. It fits right here nice and snug. We already tested it. It even holds up without having to put any screws in it, so that's nice. This is also upside down, so we got to remount it upside down on the table. There's a lot of meat there. 2x4s look like 2 3/4 inch ply. First one is birch ply, second one is probably just regular plywood. So there's definitely sufficient meat there to grab the screws to keep the vise in place. And with the 4x4, things are going to be stiff. It wasn't exactly the easiest thing to get these holes drilled. After we figured out where we wanted them, we used a 1/4 inch bit on one side, try to go straight through, and pretty much came through the other side. And I tried to get the closest possible. It came out sufficient that things line up with sufficient play that I don't have any issue. Now these holes here are 1.25 inches wide on this vise, okay? So I have plenty of play to do what I need to do. After I flip this over and I mount it on the bench, I have a lip here, and this 4x4 is going to be down here. And it's going to be a piece missing here, maybe 1.5 inches, a 2x, and we're going to cut that out, maybe trim this down, this surface here, because it's a little bit over the edge, got a tiny lip there, and then we'll have a nice even surface. And then maybe we'll put a 2x6 on this side to bring it up to this level. So that's the plan for now. Alright, you guys, you're starting to get an idea. Those are my 12-inch bedsheets. On this side I already pre-drilled, put 2 3-inch screws using that bit there, which is probably 1/8, using nice deck screws. They coated, got a decent shoulder. They'll work good in this application. Then I have to screw the vise in underneath, which is right here, so the level is going to be right on the money. And I'm going to screw it in, not exactly butt it up against the 4x4, maybe 1 inch or 2 in. I'm trying to put a filler piece here, so this would be the one part of the vise, and then put a piece about the same height on this side here, and it'll be even height going here back and forth. That's what I'm going for. See the shim on the end there, and there's a couple shims on this side. The surface is incredibly uneven underneath. Well, we got it going. Okay, there is our handle. Basically $6, 1 1/8 inch wide. Was probably about 48 inches long, and cut it down to about 19 inches or so, even though it looks larger in the image. 1 1/8 inch hole saw to bore these out the best I could, and then chisel out the rest so I can glue them on. It may not be the greatest, neatest job, but it's a job, and I don't see me finishing anything here because this metal here will pretty much just kill anything I try to finish, so I'm pretty much going to leave it bare like that. Okay, you guys, this is part of the vise. I took the face off, 2 screws. Show you the material I took off in a second. had a problem here. There was a big burr here from them hammering it, the pin in on both sides, so I had to use a little cloth here, to mercury cloth, to sand it down enough so I can get this plate off. The reason I want to take the plate off because I want to use it on this piece of metal here, and I want to cut a piece that's a little bigger than this but smaller than the wood I'm going to put in place, because just the way how high from the top of the plate is going to be here. So I'm going to make it smaller, maybe a 1/2 inch smaller around in the piece of wood, and then I'll put that behind it to give it some support because of the height. Okay, this one is screwed in. Careful with those guys, you don't want to lose them. Had my calipers, found a screw that fit to pop this pin out. There's a bevel side on this side, and it looks like it was pushed in from that side. I had to push it out from the bevel side. So when I put it back in, it's going to go in from the bevel side. After this piece, there was a washer before the plate. No washers here. So I guess it's stationary, no need. This is where I'm at right now. That's the hammer I used. Got a long handle. Maybe 10-pound hammer. I choked up to use the hammer. I didn't try to use the handle. The handle's a good 3.5 feet long. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. And when we get to the next part, I'll let you guys know. Okay, that's the bit that we use, a carbide bit, to cut those 3 larger holes, and then a 1/4 inch because we just put in screws through there. So we're good to go. Guys can see that. 1 1/8 inch. It could have been smaller, but that's what I had. So it'll work for this.
This is in my way. Hitting that with my battery.
Go.
Much better, much better.
Here's our plate. After we squared it off and we drilled our holes, mostly with that bit, 1/4 inch bit, a new one, and then we rounded off the edges slightly, and we actually use a wire wheel on the edges on both sides, so there's actually no sharp edges except this. I gotta work a little bit. Okay, about 16 inches wide here. As you can see, it's a little low because there was some material here, 2x4s, but we're gonna make it work. What we're doing to compensate, instead of cutting the 2x4s out, is leaving it where it is. Put a piece of filler here, cut a metal plate that's gonna go on the back of here, and it's a little wider than what That's about right. That's about the right height, because this is going to go per se on the bottom like that. And that plate is just to stiffen this outer part up because it's higher than normal. That's the only reason I put that metal plate there. Probably 1/8 inch mild steel. Okay, you guys, hopefully this is the last part. Hopefully I don't take too long. I didn't want to make this video too long, so you didn't see me like illustrate every detail, but I try to illustrate step by step the best I could. There was a lot of things going on. I talked about making a plate for this to stiffen this up because it's a little higher than normal. So we're going to go there and try to get this on right now. Might need a hammer for this. I'll walk around and go get a hammer in a second. But I'm knocking everything over. Okay. That looks good enough right there. Basically, I'll take the wood, put it in place. Take the plate, put it in place. And I'm hoping to get this handle on pretty good. And these nuts in place. Okay, so far so good. Yep, we got that good. It's gonna be hand tight for now. Try not to take up too much of your time. Did not come with a washer here, tension washer or anything. Now she did come with a washer that goes here. And there is up and down there, and I can see that pretty good right now. Okay, we got the pin in pretty good. It's a little hard to see here. It's not in all the way. I'll deal with that later, but it's in enough that it's not coming out. Let's put it that way. Okay, now we're going to tighten this up. We start moving things around a little bit here. I think I want them. Okay. Before we put the screws in. I still have it a little bit loose, and it's really hard to see right now what I want. But we're going to try to get that we want it. I think that side is good right there. This side's got to go up a little bit. There. I think I'm going to try that right there. I found 3 washers that should do what I'm looking for. Have it on number 2, which is a nice speed, pretty normal. Okay, that's pretty tight like that. Again, the metal plate there is just for, because she's higher than normal than I expected, so. Okay, and then I think I want to pick up. That's where I had a slight angle like that. Let's see how that works. That's working out pretty decent. Very satisfied with that. And we got 2 more screws. And we should be pretty close with this project where we want it to be. Alright, 1 more. That pin was a little annoying to get in and out. If you're trying too hard, that's not good for the pin. So I was actually able to use this little guy to get in, trying to line it up properly. Having to wind up to bang this in tight as close as possible to get that pin back in easier enough. Alright. Okay. How to use washers for the screws. These are fine thread. They should be rough thread, coarse thread to hold better, but those can be easy to change later on. Pin didn't go all the way in, but it's more than satisfactory. Everything's lined up. It's tight. That pin is not coming out. Worst to worst, I could put a bolt in there if I have to. Not a big deal. Even though this opens up to 9.5, I think 8-inch is more than appropriate to open this up. So I'll put this max. Me knowing myself, I could open up bigger. Plate was a smart idea, stiffen things up. Had about, not sure, 1/4 inch gap here between the top piece here. On the bottom, we got a real nice tight fit. Just because of the diversity and the roughness of this bench when it was built, I didn't compensate for that. But I don't think I'll be using material thinner than that in here. So I'm happy with the outcome. Again, hopefully your project comes out better than mine. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.